half of all child deaths worldwide are caused by malnutrition. Hunger and malnutrition kill more people in the world than HIV, tuberculosis, and malaria combined. As food prices rise, millions are being driven deeper into poverty every day while trying to afford basic staples. Many are at risk of having nothing to eat at all. Nearly 20 million children under 5 suffer from severe acute malnutrition. Most of them live in Asia and in Sub-Saharan Africa. Severe acute malnutrition contributes to 1 million child deaths every year. Surgence and its partners are working to address the global threat of malnutrition. Surgence is a charity that promotes the public good by creating and managing programs that improve the quality of life for people everywhere. By leveraging the strengths of government, private sector business, and community organizations all working together, Surgence has a track record of turning creative ideas into impact both locally and globally. The Almus Project exists to address the life-threatening issue of malnutrition that currently affects millions of people throughout the world. Almus is a Latin word that means kind, generous, nourishing. The Almus Project is based on the concept of thinking globally and acting locally. We are committed to bringing to bear the financial and technological resources of the Western world in partnership with local communities, beginning in the Sub-Saharan African nation of Zambia, to address the threat of malnutrition. Peanut-based ready-to-use therapeutic food, or RUTF, is an energy-dense lipid paste very similar to commercial peanut butter, but with added vitamins and minerals, powdered milk, vegetable oil, and sugar. It's the equivalent of a peanut butter sandwich, a glass of milk, and a multivitamin. It's simple to make, produced locally, and can be stored unrefrigerated for up to 12 months without spoiling. It's recognized by the United Nations and the World Health Organization as the single most effective way to treat severe acute malnutrition in children, and has been used successfully in home-based care as the singular therapeutic food for severely malnourished children, with over a 90% recovery rate. Malnutrition, however, isn't always severe or acute. There are many different kinds or levels of malnutrition. For instance, in Africa, adults living with HIV/AIDS are unable to take readily available antiretroviral drugs because they lack the nutritional foundation required to support the ARV regimen. The Almus Project has partnered with the Lloyd L. Gregory School of Pharmacy at Palm Beach Atlantic University to research new formulas of RUTF designed to meet the specific nutritional requirements of supporting ARV drug regimens. Additionally, we'll be researching the possibility of incorporating the ARV drugs directly into the RUTF to increase compliance rates, particularly among the African HIV/AIDS population. Africa's HIV/AIDS crisis has led to a new generation of orphan children who are left to raise their siblings without the aid or protection of an adult. All over Africa, children are left to fend for themselves, working for hours in other people's fields to earn food to feed the rest of their siblings. Too often, this food is not enough to feed all of the children in a child-led household. The Almus Project is also developing additional RUTF formulas to address undernourished children who are at risk of becoming severely malnourished. With the help of one of our partners in Zambia, Operation Mobilization, the Almus Project will be distributing this RUTF through community school feeding programs, helping to feed thousands of children every day.
So, coming from there, if we talk about children in the schools, of course, people like me and Surya can tell you so many stories about kids that had no food. Many a day, going to school without even sometimes 3-4 days not having any food. I remember when we started the schools in Kabwe, the missionary teachers came to us in tears saying the kids cannot learn because for the past couple of days they had nothing to eat. The small little ones, the 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds would come crying to school because they're so hungry. And then, of course, we try to educate them through ABCs and those kind of things, but the kids can only think of one thing, is I am hungry. So the need is definitely there, but then of course the nutritional value of the foods that is available in many of the poorer communities around the world, where people are living on much less than $1 a day, far less than that, is that the kids cannot concentrate. They cannot really learn. They are not even developing properly. I've heard that growth is getting stunted, even through malnourished food, even those that have enough food but not enough nutrition in the food. Some of the studies that are out there is that the moment that kids are getting food, not even nutritional food, their percentages jump automatically with 10 to 15%. Their academic, what they are achieving in school achievements, academic achievements. So from that angle, it will make a huge difference. So yeah, we are very excited about the possibility of starting to supplement and starting to help especially orphan children. One of the things that have hit me so hard, I didn't even know how to handle it, is when one of our missionaries came from one of the compounds crying and sitting in my office and saying to me, I found this child and I knew something is wrong. A 9-year-old little girl that was so hungry, an orphan child, that sold herself as a prostitute for one plate of food and got seriously injured. And this adult seems to be a 40-year-old man that did this. He left. And I just said to the Lord, Lord, please, don't let this happen if we can prevent it. If we can prevent it. And this is the potential that food have, and or proper food. I think many people are accusing Africa always of not achieving much. But the truth of the matter is, it's difficult if you don't have proper food, proper nutritional value, to achieve, to change. You see, we talk about giving hope. I've found very few people who have hope if their tummies are empty, if they are sick all the time, because of not having the proper nutrition. And just maybe the Lord have opened a door for us to make a difference. Everybody knows the story about the starfish, where the man threw it back into the sea, one at a time, and another man passed by and says, but there is thousands here. What difference is this one doing? The man said, but it's making a difference for this one. And just maybe through the schools and through holistic ministry and through food and proper nutritional food, just maybe one of those kids will be a president one day. That will change a great deal. And I can see that. And I can believe that.
Every day, thousands of children's lives are being saved through the use of ready-to-use therapeutic foods, thanks to organizations like Doctors Without Borders in countries like Niger and Ethiopia, and Project Peanut Butter in Malawi and Sierra Leone. However, it's currently estimated that less than 4% of children in the world who need RUTF have access to its life-saving nourishment. While this statistic may seem hopeless, at the Almus Project, we believe that the possibility of transformation is the essence of hope. Through partnerships with organizations like Project Peanut Butter, the Lloyd L. Gregory School of Pharmacy at Palm Beach Atlantic University, Bright Hope World, and Operation Mobilization, we are realizing the possibility of community preservation, development, and transformation. It is this possibility of transformation that brings hope to some of the most hopeless places in the world. The Almus Project has chosen to begin working in Zambia with the goal of developing a model for community preservation and development that is scalable and reproducible. By developing new formulas and expanding distribution channels, the Almus Project is working to take the life-saving nourishment of RUTF to school children and HIV/AIDS patients wherever there is need. Won't you join us in helping to reach the neediest, most vulnerable people in our world with the life-saving nourishment of ready-to-use therapeutic foods? For more information on how you can become part of the Almus Project, contact surgeons. A simple phone call or email from you could make a world of difference in the lives of people without hope.